What's approaching the supreme moment, reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead.
What's good? So this is one of those units that I've been working on for quite some time, and I finally pulled the last dupe I needed. This one took forever, and I don't know, for some reason this is one of those units that have been around for a little while, and I've been wanting to, max out at 100% potential. So now that that's finally done, let's go ahead and test it out and see how he is. This is going to be on the Goku's Lineage category team to test out, with the full maximum benefits from the stat boost. So let's go ahead and see how he does. Stats wise, you're looking at leader skilled for strength and physical types, HP, attack, and defense increase of 30%. Again, this is the super physical type Shattering Strike Super Saiyan 2 Goku. For the super attack, it's going to cause supreme damage to enemy, and the passive skill is Ki +2 attack increase of 20% for all allies. So decent support. Obviously, there's a lot better support units now in the game, but at the time, he's a pretty decent supporting unit. The link skills, you're looking at typical Super Saiyan type links. Golden Warriors +1 Ki, enemies defense -2000. Saiyan Warrior Race is 700 to attack Super Saiyan. 10% increase to attack. Kamehameha is 2500 to attack when SA is launched. Prepared for battles +2 Ki. And finally, Shattering the Limit is +2 Ki. It does fall into 3 categories: Majin Buu, Saga, Pure Saiyans, and Goku's Lineage. So again, we'll be testing this unit out on Goku's Lineage to get the maximum stat boost. At 100% potential, you're looking at HP levels of 14,299, attack is 12,433, and defense is 9,521. 12 Ki Multipliers, 140%. So again, this one originates from the aiming for the top Super Saiyan 2 Goku unit. It's a pretty old unit. I doubt a lot of people have even considered rainbowing this unit. So my honest opinion, definitely not recommend that you invest orbs in this guy, even though he is pretty decent. Again, there's so many other units that are much better. This one is mainly for my collection. Biggest reason as to why I wanted to get this guy to rainbow. So that's pretty much the only and sole reason as to why I ended up investing the orbs on this guy. And in terms of the potential levels, I gave him the standard level 11 additional attack and level 15 for criticals. Not really much of a benefit going either or. He doesn't have any status effects or attack or defense boost from either the super attack or passive skill. Again, it's a flat supreme damage application for super attack, and then for passive skill, you're only looking at +2 Ki and attack increase of 20% for allies. So he's not really getting that much of a percent boost to either attack or defense. Just again, a flat 20% increase for attack for allies. So it is what it is. And he is getting help from other units in the rotation. The typical units that you tend to see on my showcases, like Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock's on here as well. You'll also see the Super Saiyan 2 Youth Gohan, as well as some other units. So again, this is more or less trying to maximize his attack potential, testing out his defensive capabilities as well. But at the end of the day, he does provide a 20% increase to attack for allies, so he's certainly a decent option. Again, I don't necessarily recommend that you invest orbs on this guy. There's plenty of other units that are much better in the game right now. Now, in the past, it might have been somewhat worthwhile, but again, currently in Dokkan Battle, it's definitely more or less collection purposes. One of the reasons also I wanted to rainbow this unit is because for the simple fact that I haven't really seen him test it out at 100% potential. I honestly, I haven't seen this unit like at 100% potential, even on friends or guest lists, anything of that nature. So I've always been curious how this unit would be at 100%. So hopefully for those that were wondering the same, especially those players, you guys that have been around for a little while and remember some of these older units, and we're always curious how they were at 100% potential. Hopefully this video is somewhat of a entertaining little segment for you guys. So again, this unit is pretty decent in terms of link sets. You're not really going to struggle with the key links or your attack or whatever links. I mean, you've got at the very least, Shattering the Limit, Kamehameha, Prepare for Battle, and also Shattering the Limit. Again, those are very common link sets that a lot of these units tend to have, so you're not really gonna struggle with, you know, links. Like some of these older units tend to have like outdated link skills in some cases. So fortunately for this guy, he does have your typical Super Saiyan link sets to where, you know, he'll fit right in with the rest of the team. It's just variant on how much of a benefit this unit brings to the table, you know what I mean? So I think for the maximum attack potential that I've seen so far, and this is a really good rotation because you have both the Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan and Youth Gohan that provides 30% and 35% increase to attack and defense, and I think you saw about 809,000 was the attack potential. Now the damage will obviously depend on the type of enemy you're facing, but at this point, even on a Goku's Lineage category team, that's probably the max you're going to be able to put out for this unit. And again, like 30%, 35% from the other support units, an additional 20% from the Goku unit himself. He's getting quite a bit of a boost, and you know, 809,000 is the limit. So it certainly is a lackluster. I wouldn't say lackluster, but it's definitely a unit that is definitely. I wouldn't say obsolete, but it's definitely not to the level of a lot of the other units in the game. So, you know, again, that's why I say this is more or less for adding to the collection of 100% potential units versus practicality and functionality. You know what I mean? I'm definitely. I'll just go ahead and tell you, I'm not going to be using this unit on a regular basis. Is more or less, you know, curiosity killed the cat kind of method, where I've always wondered how this unit was at max potential. So hopefully a lot of you guys were also curious, wanted to see how this unit was at 100%. So here we are, and hopefully you're enjoying the video. I did choose the Boss Rush Stage 7 because, you know, it has been recently added. Might as well switch things up. Instead of testing on the typical Boss Rush Stage 5 or 6, you know, kind of throw in a new mix of enemies you're facing and see how he does. It did help also that Boss Rush 7 does have a lot of intelligence type enemies. So in this case, for the Super Saiyan 2 Goku, he would have a lot of type advantage. So that helps out a little bit in terms of, you know, going through the events and testing the unit out. But this one, I guess, will be a Dokkan mode against Jiren. At least the 40% is applied from Bardock's passive skill, where HP, you know, if HP is below 70%, you'll get a 40% increase to attack for super type allies. So, you know, even with that in mind, you're looking at 680,000, which is very, I mean, I'm not going to say very low, but it's definitely on the low side. I think the other day, like yesterday, I just tested out the Future Gohan unit, the tech version, and even though that unit only has extreme damage, the fact that he does have the Kaioken mechanic where he greatly increases attack with every super attack, you can quickly see how much of a benefit that actually brings versus, you know, a unit like this where you're really not going to see any sort of benefit over time. The Future Gohan unit also had a 70% increase to attack and defense if HP was, I think, 80% or below. So, you know, much bigger boost than this version. So, you know, again, it's common sense that over time it's going to be a much better unit. But I think really this unit does just come down to the fact that it is one of those throwback type units that I've always wanted to see at 100%. Again, I haven't seen one tested at 100% potential, so I've been quite curious about it. So yeah, it's one of those collection card units that just, you know, over the course of time, I've like slowly acquired dupes, and I was like, you know, wanting to rainbow this unit for such a long time. I'm glad I finally did, honestly. You know, like it took a lot of time, and luckily with the LR Super Saiyan 4 banners, I was able to get the last copy. So finally done with this unit. It'll probably more than likely sit in my deck for quite some time. Probably not going to be used a whole lot, but you know, it's all about enjoyment of testing out, you know, older units and seeing how they are. So you know, I have no regrets. I wouldn't necessarily recommend you rainbow this unit, but it's definitely an interesting unit nevertheless. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the showcase. This was the testing of the Super Physical Type Super Saiyan 2 Goku unit, the Shattering Strike. So yeah, again, thanks for watching, and as always, appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and definitely stay tuned for the next one.